Welcome back, everyone, to another episode in the Auto series. Today I have for you the Microtech Glykon. This is a bittersweet review because I will be selling this shortly. Close homie of mine wanted to get an auto in his collection, and instead of going through and trying to find one and, possibly risk not liking it or whatever it may be, he asked if I had one I wanted to sell. Didn't have any originally intentions to sell this, but if it's going to a homie of mine, I figured, yeah, I'd rather sell it to him and hopefully he'll enjoy it. But let's jump into some dimensions real quick. All right. Overall, we're looking at about 8 3/4 of an inch. The blade's coming in close to 3.5 inches, and the handle is right about 5 inches. Let's talk about the width. So at the highest point, we're looking at about 1 1/8 of an inch. But in the middle, it's about an inch wide. Thicknesses, not including the top, the slide right here and the pocket clip, it's coming out under 1/2 inch, probably 3/8 of an inch. All right, let's take a shot of what it looks like in the pocket. There you go. It's not a deep carry pocket clip, but I would say this is minimal amount of knife that's sticking out. So depends on your preference of carry. Doesn't take up too much real estate. You can still get your hand in there. Looks about like that. Let's see how much this weighs. See whether or not it's going to drag your pants down. Just slightly over 5 1/4 ounces. Manageable weight. I always feel like 4 to 5 ounces is a good weight just because it's not too light where you don't feel the knife in your pocket. It's got enough heft so you actually have that control of the knife and whatnot. But yeah. All right, let's talk about the knife. So for the blade, we have a bayonet style, and it's fluted right in the middle right there. You can see Microtech's logo right there. And then blade steel, M390. It's sterile on the back, no markings. The blade finish on the grind is Apocalyptic. It's kind of like a dark stone wash. So bayonet blade, it's got jimping right there, so it does give you extra control if you need to get in and do some harder use, harder cutting. It is a little bit rough, meaning I wouldn't use it for too long. It's probably gonna dig into your thumb pretty well afterwards, but it's effective. It's effective jimping. Let's talk about the handle. So we got aluminum right here and titanium up here. So this is a natural clear finish. That's what they call it. The top part is a apocalyptic titanium overlay. So as you can see, the finish is very similar. It's got jimping along the back of the handle. It's got a little bit of jimping right here. So as you're holding it, index contacts right there. In a reverse grip, I can't comment how effective this is, but the jimping is there. Post a comment, let me know if the jimping on the spine really helps. I mean, the spine of the handle. It uses torque screws for the body, the hardware, even the pocket clip screw. A lot of their other models, well, at least from experience, like the Ultratechs, the Combat Trollodon, they use proprietary hardware. So I have a comparison right here. This is the Combat Troodon, and they use their proprietary hardware for the body screws. Yeah, you need their tool bit to be able to disassemble this. So definitely a nice feature. You don't need to go and get a unique specific tool to be able to disassemble. I'm just giving you guys a closer shot, front and back. It's got markings on the pocket clip as well. Tells you the model, the date of manufacture. I'm assuming that's a serial number, 4036. Made in USA. And again, another opportunity for Microtech to throw in their logo. Another cool thing about this model is that they give you multiple deployment options. So you have your top slide, and then you have your side slide. Go ahead and comment if that's incorrect. Might be a better reference for that, but yeah. You can certainly deploy it with the side slide with one hand. Maybe I just don't have the strength to be able to pull it back, but you can use both fingers like an axis lock and pull it back. Again, so this is fully ambidextrous. You can use a large torque screw, flip this clip to this side, and completely, oh man, I've been deploying this so often this morning that it's starting to wear on my strength of my hand. Yeah, so fully ambidextrous. Let's talk about the price point and availability. This is available. I took a look this right before this review. There's a couple of popular online sites, retailer sites that are offering this for $535. That is how much I paid for as well. But yeah, again, I'm selling this to my buddy. Final thoughts. I like this model a lot. The way the handle's contoured gives you great purchase and comfortability in hand. The pocket clip, the design of the pocket clip is, in my opinion, better than their typical pocket clips. So really, this just reminds me of most common titanium clips, where it has enough ramp right here. It's got, you know, a good amount of space for most thicknesses. But as an example, right here, this is the Scarab 2 pocket clip. Yes, this one has more ramp, but there's this area right here that, depending on the thickness of your pant pocket, could get snagged, and then you just got to push it down before it enters the rest of the pocket clip. Yes, again, this has good spring tension. It's great design, in my opinion. It's even got some jimping right here, if that's what it is, or it's just a design. One thing to note, obviously, know your laws, city, state, county. It's you know, some states allow you to own it, but you can't carry it in public. I'll use an example. In California, your blade length needs to be under 2 inches for it to be legally carried in public. Clearly, this would not be one of those knives, unless you are I mean, there's certain exceptions that allow public sector, government workers, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Look it up. I personally don't carry my Octafronts just because I prefer my manuals and folding knives more. And I live in California, so. Yeah, if you're looking for an out the front, I think this is a great option. Price point is, there are ones out there that are competitive, but Microtech has a decently good reputation. They do a great job on the grinds of their blade. They have from what I've read, a good warranty service. So anything happens if it's not deploying right or it's gunky and you don't want to take it apart and maintain it yourself, they allow you to send it back to them and they will, provide the services needed. One thing to note, I've read that if you live in a state that's not legal to own a Microtech or an out the front auto, and it happens to be a Microtech, and then you need warranty service, you send it into them. I've read that they will only send it back to a area, county, city, state that is legal to own it. So you might have complications there. So something to keep in mind. But again, that's something I read. I don't have any experience with that. Let me know in comments if you have experienced warranty service and if that's ever been an issue for you. But overall, I think this is a great design. I just, again, don't carry autos that often. I can't say to the life of how well they hold up, but I frequent blade forums all the time, and I know there are plenty of people who post their knives and use their out the fronts autos, specifically Microtechs, and they've enjoyed theirs, so it's a great option if you want an auto. Yeah, well, that's about it. If you have comments about how you feel about this knife, if you got one in your collection, please drop it. Let us know. Share with the viewers. Make sure you subscribe so you get notified for the next video. And hit the bell icon so you actually get notified. And otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay frosty.